Time you're looking for information. No, I'm not. I don't have a big head. I'm normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear from you.
That's what you want to hear.
Because your voice is more important than their voice.
Then imagine in many homes where the child has nowhere to turn to get that corrected, that image corrected.
So you become a floater.
You become a floater. I also went through life feeling very thin. I couldn't participate in sport because I was very thin and very brown.
So was it
and other children label you.
So what was your nickname, or what do they?
Just feeling very thin. I couldn't participate in sport because I didn't want to remove my shirt to run.
Vijana watakuchekelea.
Vijana watakuchekelea.
Yeah.
And therefore you miss out because you feel inadequate. You feel you don't measure. Yeah, and low self-esteem will start there.
Okay, so let me ask you a question in regards to that, and then you can summarize for me that. I like making these short videos because they are so nini, they pack a punch. So there's a rapper called 50 Cent. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Okay. He's one of the greatest rappers in the history of rap, not only as a musician, as a human being. His backstory is crazy. Both parents dead, grew up very rough neighborhood. So I saw a video where he was saying he understood his life very well. He said, I know I'm alone. I have no one to go to. When I go to the house, who am I going to get? There's nobody to get when these guys give me a hard time. When I go home, I'm going home to me. I can only get me. There's nobody there for me. And so he knew very early that everything is on his shoulders. And he's a very successful guy. He's immensely successful, continues to triumph, continues to raise people and to break barriers. But I would say 99% of people in the same set of circumstances go in the opposite direction. What's the thing to do if you're in the same set of circumstances to move from being a victim to becoming a 50 Cent? How do you do it?
I don't know how he did it, because many people, like you're saying, struggle with that. Identity, a sense
of
identity.
No rooting.
Yeah, no one to validate you, no rooting.
Yeah.
And it can only come from yourself.
Yeah.
When you realize, I have a purpose. And you really are able to pick who you are, what I'm wired for. Yeah, and you acquire an identity. Because if there is no one to a family, there is no one. It's either you live in a life of lamentation, or me, or you get out of it. And of course, again, it all depends on temperaments. Temperaments are powerful.
Right.
There are people who are more inclined towards the negative, right from that. And there are more people who are more inclined towards the positive.
Yeah.
And that is the challenge, because many people look for affirmation outside. But if only all of us, each person can realize right from very early, I am special. I'm created for a purpose. Whichever way I came into the world, whatever family I grew up in, I am a person who has a purpose. Because God did not create people just like that. There's a purpose for everyone. It doesn't matter the environment that you are born in or the environment you have grown in. If we can just sit and say, this is me, I don't have this, I don't have that.
This is my lot in life.
Yeah, this is my lot in life. And I have to make something out of my life.
Yeah.
I still have value.
Yeah.
I'm not defined by where I came from.
Yeah, I
came from the streets. I don't have a leg.
Yeah.
But at least I have what I have.
Yeah.
And I have a mind, God-given mind. I'm still a person, and I'm able, and I have something to give to the world.
Yeah.
Then we step out and do our part.
Okay.
But that identity is what lacks in many people. They go through life floating, looking for affirmation, looking for all this. Yeah. And the world doesn't have enough to give it, unfortunately. Because the people who you're expecting it from have their own issues.
Everybody's in receive mode.
Everyone is in receive mode.
Give me.
It rightly.
So
give me.
Sisi wote tuko hapo. We're all there with our begging bowls. Give me love. Give me affirmation. Give me. But that's an endless game.
It's an endless game.
And so you were saying before that we have to move out of the emotional paradigm.
We have to move out of the emotional paradigm. Realize that our world does not have enough to give us.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to define ourselves with that awareness. Yeah. I
But
did
the
not
world
receive
doesn't
enough
have-
love. It doesn't have it because the people you expect to give you,
Yeah.
sometimes it's the parents. They have their own struggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do not have enough to give you.
Yeah.
Maybe they also did not receive it.
Yeah. So they're also operating from
their
minus.
reservoir is empty,
And then they have had kids.
and then they have had kids.
Yeah.
What do they don't have? They don't have everything
Empty vessels.
that the kid
empty
is wired for.
vessels. Yes.
Because we said we are born with innate drives.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
innate desires,
Yeah.
innate what have you. We come with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they are not fulfilled, when they are not satisfied, then we go through life feeling a bit empty. I did not receive enough of this. I did not feel loved. I did not feel cared for.
Yeah.
I did not receive all the attention I was craving for.
Yeah.
And because we are different again, we crave for things differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people have deeper emotional needs than others.
Some people have more emotional needs than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it becomes more difficult for them to survive. Yeah. And I've met people in their old age who still complain their parents did not love them. They did not feel loved.
Yeah, it becomes your song.
Yeah, but as the parent gave their best. That's all they had to give.
The parent is shocked that the child didn't feel loved.
You did not feel loved.
Yeah.
I thought I did.
Yeah.
But there is that emotional connectedness or connection that was not fully met.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very challenging world. But you all must know, right, from very early, I'm a child of God, I'm special in God's sight.
Yeah.
And that like we said again, that's why God is love.
Yes.
Why is God love? And if God is love, then surely we need to be loved. We need to feel loved.
Mm-hmm. By who first?
Yeah.
By who first?
Of course, by the immediate, the people, those very significant, by God first.
By God first.
But
then
before
who?
you come to know God, the people you know are the people who are brought you into this world.
They are God.
They are God to you.
Yes.
They are the ones who are brought into this world. They give you a definition of who you are, depending on the relationship you have had.
Yeah. But in absence of favorable circumstances, then my hierarchy should be God ananipenda.
I am loved. It's important to feel loved and to know you are loved.
I am loved and I love me.
And I love me. When you know you're loved, you love yourself. Yeah? When that one said, when you know I am loved, I'm not just not just a thing. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Whatever my shortcomings, God put me into the world for a purpose. And He has gifted me with something that I should give to others.
Yeah.
Yeah? Like that one you're talking about, I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
I'll excel in that one.
He was a drug dealer first, and he was very good at it. And then he became a musician. He became very good at it. He became a filmmaker. He became very good at it. But all along, the admirable thing about him is that he refused to be a victim of the ghetto. He refused. And he had every reason. Grew up with the grandparents. The mother was killed. All these stories. And I know not everybody has big shoulders. But we have to have a premise we operate from, like the conversation we just had of operating from a sense of obligation. Like, that's where I'm trying to operate from now. It can't be vile nasikia. That thing haina mwisho. And there's a day I'll be sick for real. And I'll not be able to do anything. So why don't I use the days I'm not sick, for example, to do good? So hiyo story ya emotional paradigm and operating from a sense of obligation instead of this happened to me, this is how I feel. How do we get to that place? Because many people are still floating around. They have the potentials. They have the language in the mouth, but they're cripples. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that jump?
That is the challenge. And unless we get to that point, we live as victims. I've told you I've met old people who still live as victims.
Yeah.
Me, I did not. Me, this did not happen to me.
Yeah.
And of course, the first place, if we could just realize I'm special. I'm not a duplicate of anyone.
I'm special.
I'm special. Whichever way I came into the world, whatever my circumstances have been. Regardless of all that.
I'm special.
I'm special before God.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Well, for me, of course, I find strength when I look at the Bible, and you're told you're fearfully and wonderfully made. David discovered that. And God says, before I formed you, I knew you.
Yeah.
So, because we live in a fallen world,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the fallen world cannot give us all that we need.
Yeah.
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 So we must step out of feeling victims, seeing ourselves as victims, accepting that, yes, the world does not have enough to give me,
Yeah.
but I have something to give to the world.
Yeah.
I have an obligation.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
Then at least we'll start getting out of the emotional paradigm that it's all about me and what I did not get and what I should have gotten.
And my traumas.
My traumas.
My depression. Because depression is becoming like a badge of honor or something.
Yeah, and depression, like you said, feeds on that rumination.
Yes.
Oh, me.
Yes.
Oh, me.
Me.
It's about me.
Yeah.
But the moment you step outside there and you see more people with more needs than you, and the moment you realize there's something you can do for somebody else,
yes,
depression will start lifting.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
When you get involved in something.
Yes. Something physical,
yeah,
something that touches other people. Yeah.
Depression certainly will lift.
Yeah.
So coming to that point of self-identity,
yeah,
knowing you have a purpose.
Yeah.
No one came into this world just as a thing.
Yeah.
We all have a purpose in God's sight.
Okay.
God has given you something He hasn't given me.
Yeah.
Everyone is wired differently.
Yeah.
I get surprised when I look at the thumb.
Yeah.
And the thumbprint.
Yeah.
That all the billions of people in the world.
Everybody has one.
We are all different. Look at the surface area.
Yeah. And
God is able to vary all that, meaning we are all different.
Yeah.
Because it's just a representation of who we are.
Yeah.
That your thumbprint defined you wherever you go. Oh yeah, that this belongs to.
But the world is fighting to rub out my uniqueness, to standardize me, to equalize me.
But I'm different, and I can never be you. You can never be me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can never be me. I can never be you. But when I try to copy you and to be you, then I have a problem because I'll not succeed. Yeah. But if I can discover that inner me, that inner wiring, and realize I'm not a victim. Yeah. Yes, my circumstances were not 100%. Yeah. But I'm still special. Yeah. And the world cannot kill that which is in me. Yeah. 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 If I focus on myself. Yeah. And if I know that I'm special, I'm loved. Yeah. 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 God created me for a purpose. Yeah. Then I go for that purpose. And I seek to excel in that which I feel is my gifting. Yeah. Okay. That will not even depend on your education. Yeah. Yeah. It will depend on your personal drive. Personal drive. So, I feel I can do this. Yes. Go ahead and do it. Yes.
Okay. So tell me if in this short summary, I am actually representing you or misrepresenting what you have said. Regardless of where I am born, how I am born, what I look like, my physical shortcomings, my anything, regardless of any of those things, I am special and I have a purpose.
Yes. And you're a spiritual being.
And I'm a spiritual being. And so I'm a spiritual being, and that's the definition first.
Yes.
Not about muscles, money. It's about, first I need to know that I am special regardless of these physical things that we see. And then I should strive to walk towards my uniqueness, towards my fingerprint. I should strive to find my special and act on that.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay. Knowing I'm a spiritual being is important. You see, I have a brain.
Yeah.
The hardware.
Yeah.
But the brain does not drive itself. I have
it's not
mind.
A self-generating mechanism.
I have a mind.
Yeah.
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 My brain, yes, is wired in a certain way to drive me in a certain direction.
Yeah.
And then I have a mind.
Yeah.
Mind, we cannot explain it. It's spiritual.
Yeah.
And God has a mind.
Yes.
Yeah. And even ideas that come into our minds, you don't know where they come from.
So that's God's conduit.
That's God's conduit. And then the brain, the mind, the thoughts I received are in line with my wiring. Yeah. Because my wiring, my genetic wiring is in a certain direction.
So those drives, those interests we have come from our wiring.
They come from our wiring.
I like drums. I like farming. Those come from my makeup.
They come from our makeup.
So I should
and you can
pursue
see
that.
them very, very early in childhood.
Yeah.
If you have watched children.
Yeah.
That from very, very early, they're different.
Yeah.
They're attracted by different things, by different kinds of toys.
Yeah.
They're different. You present them with the same things, but they will be attracted in different ways.
Yeah.
Why? Because that is how they are wired.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So once we discover that, we realize we are unique.
Yeah.
I'm unique.
Yeah.
And therefore, if I pursue that which I am gifted in,
Yeah.
the ideas that come to my mind,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and which are acceptable,
Yeah.
you find your brain, you are able to accommodate them because you are wired that way. There's someone you give an idea and he cannot accommodate it.
Yeah.
Because his wiring cannot go along.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
your idea, but not his idea.
Yeah.
Because he is not wired that way.
Okay.
Because of a different, unique wiring.
Yes.
And each one of us is different. We could all be talented in one thing, but still in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah?
In the same thing, but different angles of the same thing.
Different angles of the same thing.
So what would you tell then? All these musicians who I meet who tell me, nimetoa ngoma, na mimi ni mkali, but sina do. What would you say to these guys who have found their gift but have not been able to monetize their gifting? What should I tell them? What would you tell them?
You see, if it's a gifting, and you push on it and you work on it, certainly it will reward you at some point.
Okay.
Yeah?
So you just have to keep going.
Because every gift that God has given you, because what do we have that we give ourselves?
Nothing.
Where did we pick them from?
Tulipewa.
Tulipewa. And everything that is given will take you, is what you are meant, it was meant to feed you, to take care of you.
Yeah.
So if you pursue it diligently,
Yeah.
You find your niche somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah? It will find its place.
Okay.
Because that is your wiring.
So you just
So you
persist.
pursue it, package it in different ways, look for different ways of packaging it, and it will feed you.
Okay. What about the understanding of money and business? Considering school doesn't teach us this a lot, what would you say about the pairing of understanding how to turn your gift into something that feeds you? Or what do you have any thoughts on that? Because many of these guys I meet say natoa ngoma kali but nimesota, niko mtaani. And
Yeah, of course there are all those challenges.
Because
sometimes you find things that you have,
yeah,
but the market is not ready for it.
So what's the thing?
Or the market you are in, and you might have to look for another market where your gift will find acceptance.
So find where your gift will pay you.
So find where your gift will pay you.
Okay.
Because there must be a place.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
But generally the gifts we have are the gifts that should take us places.
Yeah.
I think the Bible says your gift will take you before kings.
Before kings. When I met Kibaki, I believed it.
Yeah.
I believed it. Yani how? Sisi, vijana, tumetoka Ngong, Jomino, and then Kibaki is here.
So our wiring is there and it's for a purpose.
Yeah.
Because the world needs that which you have.
Yeah.
It's a question, how do I package this?
Yeah.
So that the world can buy it.
Yeah.
Because your gift, the world will buy it, and then of course that you are rewarded for your gift. Yeah, because they need it. Yeah. It's needed in the world. Yeah. I believe every gift that God has given us is needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
The tree bears fruit, the people eat the fruit, they pay you.
They pay you.
Yeah.
For the fruit you are giving them.
Yeah. So find how to be fruitful.
Yeah, it's to find out how to be fruitful.
Okay. Okay.
It's a challenge, like you're saying, because you have a gift, and you need money, and the gift is not giving you money.
Yeah.
And that, of course, many times take people on a tour.
Yes, to look for money.
To look for money. And that is the challenge that is there.
Yeah.
Because you're in the money world.
Yeah.
So sometimes people move from their gift to look for money.
Yeah.
But eventually you find them against you, coming back to their gift.
Their gifts.
Once they have stabilized.
Yeah.
So of course it requires us also to be creative and innovative. And asking ourselves, what best?
Yeah.
Okay, this may be the primary gift, but I also have something else I can do for now to give me money.
Yeah.
As I wait for my gift
to manifest. Or to bear fruit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So it's a challenging world because you live in a money world and you need to eat now.
Yeah.
And therefore many people of course abandon their gifts.
Yeah.
Because it's not giving me money now.
Yeah.
And I need to eat.
Yeah.
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 So multitasking also comes in because every gift has its right time and the right way of being presented. And sometimes that's what you have not discovered.
That's what you have not discovered yet. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but giving up is the last thing a person should do. And living a life of lamentation, playing victim, is the last thing. Because you keep on nursing your wounds and you get into a locked up situation. You move in a vicious cycle.
Thoreau called it leading a life of quiet desperation.
Quiet desperation.
Uko tu
quiet desperation.
Because you're locked up in your own jail. You're
paralyzed in a way.
Yeah, you're not in jail, but you're in jail, Yeah, you don't have your voice, you don't have ability to do what you feel you're supposed to be doing.
Because you're a victim. You feel you're a victim.
Yes. Yes.
Victim mentality is dangerous. And it slows you down. When you're feeling a victim, I think you restrict yourself, even in the way you think, the way you see the world. You're always moving in that circle. Oh, me. Oh, me. I think that is not good for your brain. You see, as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is.
True story.
Generally, and you see that the ideas you put in your mind, the thing you struggle with, sometimes you do not have a clear path, but you have an idea you're struggling with. Along the way it becomes clear.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Because I think the computer here is a very interesting computer. The moment you task it, you task yourself. Just like you meet someone, you don't remember them, and you go ask, who is this? And then at night,
it pings and it comes.
Yeah, because the computer, your brain, the computer went into a search mode.
Yeah.
And gives you the information.
Yeah.
You're struggling in school with a question in maths.
Yeah.
Because you task the brain, you could not pick it then. And you find at night or in the morning you wake up, wow, this is it. Yeah? But the moment you play a victim, I think you slow down your system.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
If you believe you have bad luck, you will generate bad luck.
You will generate bad luck.
Yeah.
And that's why optimism is powerful.
And it's more important than facts sometimes.
It's more important than fact. Yeah. Hope and optimism.
Yeah.
They go together.
Yeah. Because you see people who are straight dunderheads doing so well. You say, why? And then you see a clever person, or you think you're so clever. So even for me, intelligence, I've removed this brain thing. If you can be able to navigate life, you're intelligent. If you can feed, if you can roof, to me, that is intelligence. But a lot of the time now, when you operate from this place of, oh my God, I'm a victim, or this happened to me, it's like you seek out things to validate your victimhood. So you accumulate more problems, more issues, so that you can be able to point at your mountain and say, you see, this is why I can't make a move. Yeah.
Yeah. But hope and optimism tells you, yes, there's a problem, but I can make it. I can do it. There is a way.
Yes.
There is.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There is a way.
Yes.
And that is that being positive and believing that you can handle the problem at hand somehow.
Yeah.
Even
if you can't see it.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
But the fact that you believe it can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're setting yourself in a manner that you find a solution. And it also affects your immunity. I don't know whether I told you about how I met a psychiatrist and asked him a question. Because I had seen someone's depression lift. Yeah. When they gave their lives to the Lord. I was wondering, how does faith affect depression? He told me, I don't know, but I know we go to hospitals and you find someone who is clinically very bad, like on his deathbed. But he's telling you, he's so positive, he's telling you, I'll get out of this bed and I'll go and do because I have things to do.
Yeah.
And you think he doesn't know what he's saying. But soon enough, you find the guy has substantially recovered and is ready to get out of hospital. Yeah? Simply because he was so optimistic, he was so hopeful. He believed he was going to make it.
Yeah.
You find another person who is clinically not very bad. Yeah? this person is not on his deathbed. He's clinically not very bad.
Yeah.
But he's given up.
He walks in there expecting death.
He walks there expecting death. He's in hospital and he's given up. And true enough, the guy will go. And said, I don't know what it means, but I know I've seen faith. And that optimism, people who believe they will do it, I've seen them make it. So meaning, even the immune system, a lot of things changed in the system.
Respond to what you believe.
A lot of things respond to what you believe. And that's why they say, what you say is powerful. Because it's you speaking to your same system.
Dire domeni. Dire ona ke. These are the things that you're doing. These are the things that you are conditioning your mind.
Yeah. Once you condition your mind.
Yeah.
So you say it when you have an idea and you believe you can do it.
Yes.
You task the brain,
yes,
which is God-given machine,
yes,
to look at all options, and then present you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mind drives the brain. Yeah. Of course, the mind is not physical.
Yeah.
Spiritual.
Yeah.
The brain is physical.
Yeah.
The one that drives the brain.
Yeah.
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 Do you know it drives the brain? Have you ever been in love and you feel, wow, so excited? Your whole system changes.
Yeah.
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 When you are low or you are fearful again, you know the body behaves differently.
Yeah.
All that is controlled from
the mind.
Yeah.
The brain.
What has been put there? Oh, there's danger. I'm in trouble. The brain, releases hormones and what have you in that direction.
Yeah.
So what we put in our mind is powerful. The person says, I will do it, I'll make it, I believe I can.
Yeah.
Then of course we will perform better than the person who is pessimistic, given up.
Yeah.
Oh me, it's done.
Yeah.
And it even affects, I believe, our immune system.
Yeah, for sure. If you believe utapona.
Unapona.
Maybe they was sick. Man, I've taken meds mpaka nikachoka. Yani, as I said, baze itabidi tu umepona. Itabidi tu umepona. Let's talk to everybody. Say, boss, itabidi umepona. I can't continue feeling bad or taking medicine. Boss, itabidi umepona. Me, I can't believe another way. And those things have an effect.
They have an effect.
Yeah.
And the Bible confirms that.
Yeah.
And you're told when you believe about something, when you pray, believe you have received and you will receive. That believing is powerful. What do I believe about myself? If I believe I'm useless, I'm useless. I mean, nobody else can. Yeah?
As a man thinketh.
Yes, as a man thinketh. What I believe is powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah? What we put in our mind.
It's everything.
It's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because the system here releases whatever it releases into the system according to your thinking, according to your feelings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what as a man believeth, thinketh in his heart.
So is he.
Yes. You become that. You can't become anything better. So when you meet people who are just lamenting,
that's a nice.
They are heading nowhere.
That's such a great closure to that. Yeah. As a man thinketh. It boils down to that.
It boils down to that.
Yeah, people may have told you nasty things about yourself, or maybe you grew up in an unhealthy environment and you are made to feel less than or to believe maybe the wrong thing. But if you feel different, if you think different, if you train your mind to go in another direction, then that overpowers even your environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So going back to that person you talked about, the rapper.
Yes,
50 Cent.
Yes.
See, he did not see himself as a victim.
No.
No.
No, never.
No.
And so even when you see him, you see strength.
Yeah.
And he's very firm. He's a smiling guy, but he's very firm. Very firm. Na hatakangi kuambiwa haiwezekani. You can't tell him it can't. Like, the hell I'm from. What are you telling me we can't do?
Yeah. What are you telling me?
Like, what is this we cannot do? Yeah.
So every person must get out of that mode, lamentation mode.
Yeah.
Oh me, victim mode.
Yeah.
That's what keeps people in chain.
Yeah.
In circles.
Yeah.
Even of drunkenness.
Yes.
I want to drink to feel good. When I drink, I feel, oh, my world is okay.
Yeah.
But it's not the reality.
No.
Soon enough, you wake up to the same reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so painful that you go back for the drug that makes you feel good.
And you're not building the muscle to overcome the problem.
No, no,
You're not attacking the problem.
You're not dealing with the problem.
Yeah. You're never walking towards it. You're trying to move away from it.
You're trying to move away from it.
Yeah.
By medicating yourself to feel good.
Yeah.
And then you live a defeated life.
Yeah.
And you say, I'm doing this because this never happened to me.
Yeah.
So people must get out of that mode.
Yeah. And he doesn't get high for the same reason. He doesn't drink, doesn't do those things. 50 cents. Yeah. For the same reasons.
For the same reason.
Hiyo akili, ataki akili ikue ina dance.
No. Because again, the Bible says the body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. So when we take those substances, they corrupt our system. They go into our computer. Yeah? We are biochemical beings. And now you're introducing chemicals that corrupt your system. You cannot function normally. You cannot. No. Because you're messing up the thing that God gave us to help us go through life.
Yeah. Okay. And when you say it now, is it that I'm older and I understand what you're saying? Or is it that you've just said it in a way that I don't know? But it's so crystal clear that the things we need to do are so simple. They're simple, not easy, but they are simple. See yourself in the right perspective. Carry yourself in the right perspective, no matter what it may look or feel like in the moment. Don't be a person of the moment, a person of my emotions.
Yeah.
Sit on that fact that I'm special and I'm here for a reason, and run like your tail is on fire.
Run. And let your fingerprint always remind you you're different. So don't copy what people are doing.
Yeah.
Look
No
for
matter
that
what.
which you are.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Even when I was fighting with you like about music, like that. Fight for your thing.
Fight for your thing.
Mtu anakuambia usifanye hii, unasema mimi according to me, according to my potentials, according to God's voice, hii ndio yangu. Wewe huoni, mimi naona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
So don't allow people then to sway you from that which you see as your gifting.
Yeah.
Because the world is quick to prescribe
an alternative according to
me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know you, I don't feel what you feel.
Yeah.
I don't see it the way you see it.
Yeah. And you become a second-class citizen. I've realized that when you don't go for who you are, you become accustomed to being number two in your own life.
Yeah.
You always give, empower. You try to always put out anything except you. And then you have to come to a day of reckoning and you say, either I'll be myself or I'll be everybody except myself. And it seems like it's a fork in the road which you have to make that choice one day. And the manifestation is very clear, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So long as that which I'm doing is not against God's will, my conscience is clear.
Yes.
And I know I'm a child of God. I'm wired in a certain way.
Yes.
Not by myself.
Yes.
Not by my parent. Your parents only give birth to a child. They don't know what they give birth to. Because they did not determine. They had no role.
Yeah, it's not that you stitched me together. Huyu akwe na akili, huyu akwe na vichekesho.
No, so
even you don't know me.
Even me, as your parent, I don't know you.
But
I'm raising.
You're a custodian.
I'm a custodian of what God has placed in my hand to raise. But I cannot really determine who you become.
But sometimes even you don't know that.
But we don't know that.
So you attempt to shape me.
Because I want you to be like this.
Kuna kitu wewe unaona.
I'm seeing you going to school and doing this and going to work and doing this.
Yeah.
Because that's all the parent can see.
Yeah.
But I do not know your internal wiring.
Yeah. And
the purpose for which you're brought into our lives.
And the onus is on me to fight for my purpose, or the onus is on you to support my purpose?
No, the parent nurture first, of course, is to nurture this person.
Yeah.
Sindio?
Yeah.
That he grows in a healthy environment.
Absent of that, let's say that does not exist. Whose fault is it if I don't fulfill my potential? Do we carry the burden together, me and you as a parent, or is it me? You see, parents also have moved children in the wrong direction. It's me, what I want, what I think you should be. Yeah? And the parent is innocent because that's all they know.
Yeah. Me, when we were growing up, this is how the world was.
So I prescribe the same.
So I prescribe the same innocently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the child, of course, then just goes along.
Yes.
Because the parent says. But that is away from who you are.
The road to hell.
So it becomes very, very difficult because the parent thinks they are doing their best.
Good intentions.
Good intentions.
Yeah.
But they don't fully understand this person.
Yeah.
So if there is a way these people, of course, can have that dialogue, if the parents can know, first it requires basic understanding that each child is wired differently.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I cannot herd them like sheep in the same direction.
Yeah.
And of course, our education system also, of course, moves us in the same way.
Yes.
So it's for this person really to discover who they are and to be able to present it in a manner that helps the parent also. Yeah? But I think also as parents, we need to learn a lot.
Okay. So
our time was different. Your time is different.
Yes.
Our time, we were learning to be employed. You learn, as you finish school, you're employed. Full stop.
What else could you prescribe for me aside from that?
Huh?
So that's what you prescribe for me
That
also?
is all I know.
Because that's what you know.
Yes, that's all I know.
Yeah.
I knew you would, of course, go to school, go to college, then get an office job.
Yeah.
That's all there was.
So I have to fight for my potential.
So now you have to, when you realize you're different and the world is changing, then you have to fight for your potential.
Yeah. And so for my children, for example, should I train them to start to become independent thinkers? Should I try to teach them to think for themselves? Like, at what point should that begin? Should I remove them? Because for now, I want them to see me as God, so that I can instill in them values. Because God has brought them for me to shape. And if I don't shape them right, then the child, they go into the world, they don't live so well, and also they'll give me a hard time. How do I move them into their own minds, for girls and for boys, differently?
I think the first thing is the parent of nowadays has to be really very keen to observe the child from very early. It starts manifesting very early, and you see the children are different. They're attracted to different things.
Yes.
And when they're doing certain things, they really feel good on top of the world.
Yes.
They're elated by certain ideas.
Yes.
And then you start seeing this is the child's direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one taking care of small things, the baby, blah, blah, even the way they handle dolls.
Yeah.
Even the way they handle many things.
Yeah.
A leader in a team, you find them very early, even among children. Find this one is wired in a certain direction.
Yeah.
When you start seeing them, they're understanding their temperament.
You start driving them towards their potentials.
You start driving them in that direction so that they discover
who they are.
Who they are.
Early.
Trying them to,
expose them to many things.
Exposing them to those areas where you find, looks like this is them.
Yeah.
This one so empathetic. This one likes taking care of people, others.
So it's a natural to peleke inside.
It's a natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is a driver.
Yeah.
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 This is an entrepreneur. This is a driver.
Yeah.
And likes driving things in a manner.
Yeah.
So if the parent of nowadays has to be very keen in a changing world to pick who is this child. Yeah. And not to treat them the same way.
Yeah.
Children respond differently even to the same discipline.
Yes.
Because they're different. Yeah, this one will respond this way, the other one will respond this way.
Yes.
To the same thing.
Yes.
Because they're different.
Yes.
Everyone comes into the world differently.
Yes.
Wired in a different way. So even as we go through education system and with this CBC, now the cognitive, what have you.
Yeah.
It's very important for the child of your days to really have their eyes open. And you start exposing them more slowly. And you see they're leaning.
Yeah.
And you guide them then in that direction.
Yeah.
So that they can become who they are wired to become.
Yeah. Not what is available.
Not
Unless I'm
what...
fixed wapi. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So life is challenging,
Yeah.
especially in an economy that's not growing fast.
Yeah. Can't absorb.
It can't absorb.
The formal sector cannot. It is impossible. Even if government doubled the Nini today, the number of jobs they have. Haiwezi.
No, they cannot.
Haiwezi. Guys are wamenda shule sana and the jobs are not there. Yeah, but I interviewed Tony Mpole last week, 2 weeks ago, and he was saying how watu wamesoma ndio wako na shida because unaambia, so he said, unaona mtu akona certificate unamwambia bebe watu na boda ama agonge mayai, anasema that cannot be me.
It's too low.
You're paralyzed by your papers.
Yeah, I'm learned, so I should find my place up there.
Which comes from the paradigm of your generation of ukisoma utafaulu.
Yeah.
Even the songs used to say that. There was these Moyera songs of if you study, soma kwa bidii, utapata, ukipata elimu, utapata kazi. But that stuff is not true now.
It's only that education is good because it broadens your way of looking at things.
No, agreed. Yeah. Education is good, but it's not. It was a direct pipeline to revenue. It was direct. Ukisoma utapata job.
Yeah, that it was direct in the earlier days.
Now it's not.
Now it's not.
Yeah, but
so we have so many people who are stranded.
But then now you who are the generation that saw the direct benefit of education, you prescribed education for us.
Yeah.
But then the world changed.
The world changed.
So now kids leave the school pipeline, but hizo so many kwa bidii vijana kuna kazi. There is no work. So you read the wrong book. And they don't know anything else. Yes. You read the wrong book. You read an English book, then you went to China. Pole. So now is the retooling. But most people, it seems, cannot.
Retooling, and that's the challenge.
Yeah.
And the people who succeed are people who discover who am I and try to do that.
And fight to go towards that.
Fight to go towards that.
Yeah.
Because you're wired for a purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Let me kill that video. That ilikuwa moto. Thanks.